insanity. That was 2025 with my thumbnails. So we have, again, it was ended suddenly with Radl and Millilith last year. Staying with this year, right? I like the continuity, baby. I like the continuity. They genuinely don't get it. Come from very different cultures, Colin. You're actually, I mean, I love hearing Cole Benjamin explain what's going on. Right? It's the weirdest thing. Okay, so fine. We were before January. This was January 4th, I think. This was before shooting second season of Ride, and we didn't realize how incredibly much it was going to fail, right? How much it was going to fail. I don't know. It's so exciting. Not only am I in the new Doctor Who girl, but I get it with the Rabbi thumbnails too. Well, Farad, you get it with the thumbnails because you're hot, darling, right? I can't argue. You're very hot. And much like Millie Gibson the year before, that's a Freudian slip ever there was on. You were the best part of this season of Doctor Who, 100%. Just don't bother being better than Shooty, or they'll fire you in a heartbeat. That is true, right? Rosie Davis babbles bollocks that carried on for much of the year until we saw his Doctor Who, and not many other people did. And they went, "Well, this is shit. This is shit." The gaslighting of fandom continues. A big 2025 preview. What I talk about, the withering of woke, and it did wither this year. That's a good thing. One day later, it was like Stephen Moffat asks, "Is queer Doctor Who still Doctor Who?" And very subtly, the answer is no. Right? No, queer Doctor Who is not Doctor Who. It's another show altogether, and a show that wouldn't survive without the words Doctor Who in it. Right? It's the last day of vacation and it's freezing and snowing outside. Whatever shall we do past time? I don't know, Nicola, but I'm sure you can think of something, right? I'm sure you will come up with something. The Joy to the World spin zone, unleash the bollocks. Oh, that must have been all the... I forgot about Joy to the World. That was shit, wasn't it? It really was shit. Okay, it was shit in so many ways, but mostly because Shooty Gut was shit. Right, he just shit as a Doctor. But that back then, before season 2 of Shooty completely failed, there was a pretense that it wasn't a complete failure. Right, United States government versus Disney. Yeah, so basically, when we moved in this year, is Disney are now hiding being woke. They haven't stopped being woke; they're merely hiding it. So there you go. Will the racist grooming and rape gang bring down the vile Keir Starmer? Vile two-tier Keir Starmer? Not this year, apparently. Fuck me. Slippery little fucker with how many lives? How did he survive the year? It's unbelievable. So much shit's happening, and he is hands down the most hated prime minister probably of all time. Right? I mean, I think he will be famous being the most hated prime minister of all time. Awful in every way. Look, what's the big deal? They only gang rape little white working class girls. Exactly, racist little fucker that you are, Keir Starmer. You are racist little fucker. Oh, man, make you sick. Yes, you do. But there's so many other ways you found to make me sick this year. There's not just that. Then, of course, I was still cavelling. Oh, that's a Jewish word. Cavelling. With the Blake 7 Season 1 box set. Rewatching it slowly and very much enjoying myself, right? It was a good time we'll have by all. Right? We'll be up to the queer era of Doctor Who's epic voyage to the bottom of ratings. This series hasn't started. It was just the 9th of January. It was the lowest rated one on his first season. Then the second season got much worse. Fantastic Four flopping coming. Yes, it was. Judy Garland goes full gay fuck bunny ahead of season 2/15. I didn't know he held back, right? Milligan said, we're going out harder and faster than Meghan Markle on A Billionaire. That's true. Now, who would argue that Shooty Garland isn't the perfect Doctor Who? I mean, don't you see this being total traditional Doctor Who behavior, fondling his wang? I mean, fuck's sake, Shooty. Where is that clip? Let me see if I can easily find it. Hang on, it's over there. I got the clip saved somewhere. Yeah, let me have a look. Maybe it's in. Let me look at this photo because it's actually, worse in real life, right? When you actually see the clip, you go, "Me, who thought that was a good idea?" I have to think. Also, you're such a fucking degenerate perv. It's really, I mean, that's really the biggest problem. You're just like a degenerate perv, mate. There's no way you can really spin it. This isn't like, oh, I got to find my identity and be free. No, you're just a perv. Doing weird perv shit, being pervy. Where is it? Do I see it? No. Okay, let's try this one over here. And I'm just looking at a bunch of thumbnails for videos. No. I used to have it. I wonder where I hid that clip. Oh, fuck me. He just was so awful as a doctor. I mean, Yaz Queen Slay, really? Really? That didn't work. That really didn't work at all. I don't know. I would be surprised if SFX magazine and Doctor Who magazine don't go under this year. They seem to both be very much struggling, right? Yeah, they seem to both be doing quite badly. I don't know. I think Doctor Who magazine's got more hope than SFX magazine. Doctor Who magazine has an extra 4,000 circulation by being an international magazine. And second, just going through a bunch of different videos. I wonder where I put it. Where is it? That's really annoying. Let me just check my downloads folder, then we'll go over here. What's annoying is I used to have it like right here, in my downloads folder where I can just get it easily. And now it's not there. Anyway, Shooting Out was a terrible choice as a doctor. Oh, there it is. I found it. Right bloody in front of me. Where is it? Here we go. Like, how does this not scream Doctor Who to you? Like, what the fuck is going on with this? This is not something Doctor Who should be doing, right? Shooting, mate. I pull it together, right? And I understand Ralph C. Davis likes his twinks, right? He very much likes his twinks, but me, put it away, darling. The ratings fell. Pure apathy for the queer era. When did it start? When was that set? Look at Doctor Who season guide. Doctor Who episode guide. It was later in the year, wasn't it? Hang on. Was it now? The bottom of Wikipedia. Joyce of the World. It was April. Oh, so it must be talking about Joyce of the World tanking. Right? It must be that, right? That must be what it's talking about. One can only hope, right? One can only hope. Hope and dream. Anyway, this was not a good sign. How can my rating be an all-time low when I post awesome pictures like this fondling my dick on Instagram? I don't know, Shooty, right? Shooty Gat was Wang of Doom, right? And then, look, people say Shooty Gatwa doesn't have much of range, right? He can only play super queer. And then he said when he was in the Important Thing, he says, yes, surprise, I'm playing a camp super queer black guy. I bet you never saw that coming. That's all you could literally do, Shooty. Right? I don't understand how you don't notice you have no honestly, I don't understand how you have no self-awareness. Right? Speaking of no self-awareness, his politician of choice, Keir Starmer, the gaslighting of multiculturalism collapses, leaving the British public with an embedded, imported, backwards and barbaric culture that's completely incompatible with the freedoms of the West. Yes, that's been 2025, baby. How dare Elon Musk interfere with our democratic process by pointing out we'll do anything to protect Pakistani rape gangs? I mean, you really would, wouldn't you? Oh, God, Keir, you're so fucking awful. I mean, you can't pretend not to be awful. You just can't pretend. You are just fucking awful, mate. Awful. Something else also, a international treasure. I was going to say international treasure. David Lynch passes away. When did he pass away? A bit of Sherilyn Fenn action. Oh my God, she was so hot in Twin Peaks. Here we go. David Lynch. Let's see what is when he passed away. January 15th, right? January 15th. Wait, what year was Twin Peaks? Was 1990. How old is Sherilyn Fenn? Sherilyn Fenn. Well, I do like she's like aged and being like, looks old now. So yeah, she was just where was Twin Peaks again? 1990. She was like 25. Oh my God, does she look gorgeous? Fan. Twin Peaks. Like again, but David Lynch always had an eye for incredibly beautiful women, and like just crazily beautiful. Do any good shots of her? Not really. Then she was in a movie called Boxing Helena because she was beautiful. And again, just insanely beautiful. Then years later, she turned up on Shameless with white hair. I was like, well, that's really kind of fun, right? Again, it's nice when a woman has the confidence they can like age gracefully. Yeah, January 15th. That's a real kick in the pants. You may think you know sexy, but you haven't seen Sherilyn Fenn in this costume in the season 1 finale of Twin Peaks. You don't know from sexy. That is true. That is true. Oh my God. Yeah, let me see if I can find a picture of that. Sherilyn Fenn, Twin Peaks, One-Eyed Jacks. It's not. Doesn't. It only shows her top half, and she's not like. She's got wearing stocking suspenders as well. And my God, is she gorgeous in this? Again, can't find it. Sorry. Never mind. Right. Never mind. You have to use your imagination like we did in the 80s. Yes. Damn, the view is actually incredible from behind as well. Thank you, David. 35 glorious years in the Spank Bank. He's also a good director. Neil Gaiman is a very naughty boy. Oh, yes, the cat singing Neil Gaiman. Very naughty boy. Don't know what to tell you. Trump triumph inauguration live stream. Well, listen, the dream has been somewhat tarnished over the past year, right? By not being put. Look, the death of Charlie Kirk was a major blow to MAGA, right? Major blow to MAGA. And like, I didn't realize how much he. I don't want to talk about Charlie Kirk. I didn't realize how much Charlie Kirk balanced the Christian elements of MAGA, so keep it like pro-Semitic, right? Because it's been very much unbalanced since then. But still, it was. It was a glorious and triumphant time, right? I was very happy with the inauguration. And generally speaking, his first year, I found freaking awesome. Like, it ended the war in Israel, brought peace, destroyed Iran. I'm happy with a lot of things he's done, right? He have the successor that I think he deserves? No. Right? I would like to see him have that complete and total success, right? As I would James Gunn. So James Gunn takes over the DC universe. And he comes right out the gate with Creature Commandos, which I think they dumped onto YouTube recently. It's a very, very solid show, right? I really recommend it, and I think it was a sign of a good prospect, right, for the upcoming DC universe, which it hasn't really reached yet, but it's only in its opening, foray, I should say. Right, but I think it was a very good opening salvo. Essentially, it was the same as Suicide Squad, but they weren't allowed to use human beings, so these are all monsters. So you got Bride of Frankenstein, who's great, played by Inara Vadder, or whatever her name is, from Torchwood. You have Weasel, GI Robot, the skeleton guy, Dr. Sang or other. Rick Flag. Anyway, and basically, so they have to go to Europe for some covert mission, right? And they and then basically each episode you get a bit of a character piece on each of them, and it's like a very good, well written story, right? Which you don't get often, right? So I look, people dump on the James Gunn universe. I don't know why. I found it thoroughly enjoyable, right? Also thoroughly enjoyable. First of all, Days of Transparency being like caught in a nuclear blast of awesome. Yeah, the shock and awe that was displayed by like, just, getting rid of Dodge. I mean, Dodge getting rid of everything and watching the Democrats freak out. It was pretty darn good, right? It was pretty darn good. Rusty has a relentless queer obsession to destroy stuff too. Yeah. Fan AI is the future, stunning new advancements. Yeah, all the time. I mean, this is where we were a year ago, right? And we've advanced a lot since then. Hang on a second. There we go. Video file. Doink. We are live at 5. Where's that folder gone? Yeah, so this is where we were like a year ago. Check this out. I mean, again, it's so stunning, isn't it? It kind of takes your breath away. And again, there's now that you can do a lot more. Well, not where I want to yet would be yet though. I'm not able to make my own. I want to make cartoons essentially because I think it works better than live action. So let's see what this one's. Oh, this is even better. I mean, yeah, this is just gorgeous. Yeah, stunning stuff, right? Stunning stuff. This will be the story of the year. Ew, gross. That doesn't look very diverse and inclusive. We identify as Daleks. Well, that's all okay then. So this was a parody, right? Sadly, that will become reality very, very soon, within months, right? So what date are we up to? End of January, right? Of course, they're going to blame me for the failure. Rossi Davis queer a doctor who gets ready to bomb, and it did. Bloody hell. Right, Joe Martin, Future Doctor in season 215. Why was she in season 2? Because there was a story written by a black person about black people. So, of course, she had to be in it as well. And obviously lesbian as well, because it was set in Nigeria. And we all know Nigeria is just such a place for LGBTQ rights. Insane spin that says Star Wars The Acolyte was a great success. No, it wasn't. It was an absolute complete failure. Meanwhile, just 10 days into the Trump administration, Whoopi Goldberg was not doing well with it, right? This week in Trump, the shock on Trump's first days in office starts to wear off, and clueless liberals epically melt down, right? Why does no one give a shit about anything I say anymore? Because no one gives a shit about anything you say anymore, right? I mean, listen, the biggest story in America is the Somali daycare center frauds, right? Nowhere in the mainstream media, yet well known amongst the entire country. That's why nobody gives a shit about what you people say anymore, apart from old dying people, right? Doctor Newsworld, Dr. Groomer, Rossi Davis, Queer RSH takes a dodgy turn. Yes, he employs Juno Dawson. Oh dear. Employs Juno Dawson to write Doctor Who. Yeah. It's something very, very dodgy about this. Hey kids, get to my van. Uncle shooting Aunt Juno will show you what a rusty trombone is. Yes, they will. And you wish you will never be able to unsee it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You'll never be able to unsee it. Right, Big Finish Doldrum's been a bad year for Big Finish. Oy vey. Been a really bad. It's been 2 box sets worth buying this year, right? And that is it. Right? That is it. It's been really bad. Disney and obviously the Fantastic Four Steps trailer reaction. So the trailer was good. So, okay, we're going to get to it when we get to talk about the movie. The only thing that really sank this movie, right, was Pedro Pascal. If Matt Smith was cast as Mr. Fantastic, it would have been a success. 2 things: Matt Smith and Mr. Fantastic, and Kevin Feige doing a commercial saying, "We fucked up. Right, we moved away from our remit of just having a good time with Marvel, right, and giving a good time at cinema. We lectured you, and we did it cluelessly. We're sorry, and we want to get back to basics, and the basics are just enjoying, entertaining you, right? Then they would have actually, I think they would have, they could have turned things around with Fantastic Four, which wasn't a bad movie. Truth be told, was not a bad movie. Dr. Fake, Dr. Ruth, the housing Dr. Fake speaks. Who cares? Captain America, Brave New World, no polishing that turd. It was fucking awful. Oh my God. It was awful. Right? Also, we had Ironheart that year as well, which was like equally bad. But yeah, it was, it was really genuinely bad. I watched it on Disney Plus. Want to go to the cinema to see it. Stars Raid movie that won't die. I think it's dead. Who the fuck is Sam Wilson, and why does he have Steve's shield? Because he stole it awfully. Again, shit costume, badly written. It was just bad, right? It was just, it was bad. 2025 is better than anyone could have dreamed. Yeah, again, the early days was very good. Women's sports are only for women again. This is huge. Yes. Oh, back in those early days, confirming how great everything was. Exit shooting. Well, yeah, this is one of the first time we had those rumors going around, and this is. Oh, this is still January. So this is out of order. I thought I'm in February. This is back in January. So it looks like I'm the first guy to lose a job before being on screen. I think you are actually, Brad. I think you are, and I thought I was screwed over. Oh, Millie. Both your careers, I think, bounced back from the epic failure that was Doctor Who. Executing report circulate the nauseating star is out the door. Would this be the end of the queer era of Doctor Who? No, we thought it would. Right, we all thought it would, but no. It just goes on and on forever. Right, Ralphie is still writing more somehow. Pablo return. Bobby Bowl. What's not to like about James Gunn's DC? I really do. I agree with this. Toxic fandoms, utter misery. They are just always all miserable. Right? Doctor Who News, the unbearable smug loveliness of David Tennant. Yeah, David, fuck you, champagne socialist little cunt. Right? Oh my God, your perfect Keir Starmer hasn't worked out so good for the world. Why don't you be a bit more mouthy about it? Hey, tell me how about, mutilating children is a good thing for them. Look, I'm just a better, more virtuous person than you. I know you like to think that, David. Meanwhile, Stephen Moffat still awesome. I mean, you can't. There's no awesoming Stephen Moffat, right? We're up to the Night Doctor and Rose return. Yes, we got the news that Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper are doing a season together. And again, this should have been dropped weekly. And then I thought, well, they're monthly at least. And then bi-monthly maybe. That's where we're up to now. And it lost a lot of momentum. To the point where I'm not even sure I'm interested in continuing at this point, right? We're back, Rose. Great. What is it we do again? Mostly queer information for what I've seen in the last few years. That's true. Rossi Davis goes, but he stays for one more story. The queer era collapses. Yes, it does. Disney Marvel's Black Captain America, or Captain America, Black Lives Matter. It was shit. It was shit. This is the second or third person to play General Ross. I know. Doctor Who, Norman's noticed Doctor Who is shit. I know. Right? Our shooting Rossi Davis' day is numbered. Thank God, yes. David Tennant, pure cringe BAFTA twattery was a lot about. Meanwhile, back in 2022, oh boy, everyone's going to love our new queer era Doctor Who. And everyone who doesn't is just a bigot. They can fuck off. That's really what they believed. That's the only thing. It's really, 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 truly what they. That's their level of delusion. They really believe that was going to go down, right? They're just in a different dimension of insane, right? But they really did. They thought, interviews Russell has been saying, I just moved it 1%. No, you didn't. Like, that's my... Okay, You made it into a queer show. It was a show that could have a bit of a wink at camera and be a bit camp, right? But the Doctor really serves best being an asexual character. And I think it's just a mistake to ever go away from that, right? The Doctor serves best as being an asexual character. Again, I think Matt Smith had it pretty much perfect. A sexy asexual character. It was too much really in the David Tennant era. Never mind. What can you do? What's next? We're up to February 22nd, near the end of February, and Sydney Sweeney had got my attention by this time. James Bond can't go woke now. I haven't had a chance to be a sexy Bond girl yet. Yes, no time to go woke. More on that Amazon Prime. Gain creative control of the British cultural icon, James Bond. Yeah, this was still is a terrifying time. Now, the team they put together is a pretty darn good one, right? And gives one hope. But it's like oh no. Bo-Katan spin over the failure of queer Doctor Who. Well, you haven't seen anything yet. James Bond movie without Sydney Sweeney. It seems like it's a crime against nature, ladies and gentlemen. Crime against nature. I want to call this Big Finish release a crime against nature. Just really deeply disappointing. So Big Finish have this habit of putting together near perfect recreation of TARDIS teams, right? And really interesting ones. So this is Stephen Noonan and Lauren Cornelius. Really very much recreating the first Doctor and Dodo in a very delightful way, and it's an underexplored era, and their adventures together, again, they were the quintessential Doctor companion relationship, really nailing it. So the release before this one, it was one with an older Vicky, right, and it worked fabulously, right? It worked absolutely fabulously. It turned out it was mostly from the perspective of the Dalek replicant of the Doctor from the Chase, right? Who didn't realize he was an ill replicant, and it was a great story with real pathos in it, where this replicant became the Doctor to a certain extent, and really genuinely worked on many levels. So then they next year they're bringing back Peter Purvis playing his current age. I'm like, well, okay, they did a great job with Vicky. And this was not a great story. It was a really kind of mundane story that didn't feel like Doctor Who at all, right? It was... I was trying to be one of those weirder sci-fi stories from the first Doctor's era, and it just, again, didn't really land. It wasn't really good. And again, they just need to do delightful first Doctor stories with Stephen Noonan and Lauren Cornelius, right? That's the way it works. And again, the way that they're using Dave Bradley now is the way they should be using Noonan and Cornelius, right? David Bradley, Doctor, they're saying, well, imagine if they were, the writers were sent back to 1963 or 65 or 60, and they were writing for the show then, right, for a season 4 with William Hartnell. And again, it's a mistake. What they were going to do, they said, was a Peter Cushing verse type Doctor, right? And I thought that sounded a lot of fun. And so you could have 2 separate tracks with the first Doctor. And they just flubbed it. I'm sorry. They just absolutely flubbed it, which is really sad, right? What is the next Stephen Noonan one? Let me see if I can pull up the... hang on. Go here. Oh, I think go there. Go there. Share screen. We're up to... I go to the stop screen. Let me go share screen. Where is it? Doink. I'm surprised they're doing a sequel to the Saigon Century. I'm surprised they waited a year to do it. Right, that's weird in of itself. And the first one was meh. I mean, $26, I guess. It's not that much money. But, the first one wasn't really strong enough to gain my attention. Oh, man, it always takes forever to go to the page you want to go to. Fine, let's just go back to the. Oh, there we go. Where's the Stephen Noonan one? You see a lot less product coming out now than this time last year. Right? I mean, you got the Companion Chronicles one, but they're not as great. Where is it? I'm actually even kind of intrigued by this, the 11th Doctor Chronicles, the 11th Doctor Adventures, just because they're normally quite good. Yeah. So this is the release for this year, right? Again, Stephen Noonan, Long Chronicles, Annick Wells. I mean, who's writing it? Nicholas Briggs? Did he write the last one? Because look, Nicholas Briggs is a solid writer, and you can really see this in Jacqueline Rayner. Yeah, and she's a solid writer as well, but not. I have quite high hopes of Jonathan Morris. Yeah, that he was excellent. And then you had the more traditional ones. So, like, hopefully this year's one will be better. I will let you know, ladies and gentlemen. I will let you know. They get this guy who is it doing a lot of covers right now. It's a mistake. I think his work's good. What was it Oliver Arkansas Jones? His work's excellent, but you need to pick an identity for a range and stick with it. Right? They keep flipping between cover design. You need to have consistency. Right? These are Doctor Who fans you're dealing with. Right? They want things to match. But then go down. He likes the purple level. We must be talking about Captain America. Says Archer Gordon. Where we go back to share screen. Yeah. So big disappointment, right? Sadly, big disappointment. As there's a new series of Doctor Who, nobody give a shit about it. Normans hate queer Doctor Who. Yeah, people have just stopped pretending it was any good at this point. And again, this is a good couple of months before it aired. Did you see Doctor Who the other night? No, it's woke shit, and I'm a lesbian. Now, it's too queer for me. I know, darling. I know. All right. Faction Christ Hall, but BBC won't admit it's cancelled. It's cancelled. Well, it's really not. In all fairness, it's just this era has failed. The best first moments of a Doctor. I wonder what that would be. Some of the worst last moments, I think, go to Gene Hackman. What a sad way to die, right? And we had a couple of other deaths as well. Did Robert Redford die? Let me just look it up. I saw who was it? Robert Redford. I saw what's the name? French actress. He died on the 6th. He died in September. I guess so. What's the name? Brigitte Bardot. Yeah, she just died as well. Wow, that's a bit of a rough year. How old was he when he died? He was born in 36, died in 25, so it was 91. I mean, it's not like he had a short innings. So yeah, Gene Hackman apparently took a few days to die because him and his wife were. Both had dementia or something, and it's just so sad that a guy who was legitimately one of the biggest stars in the world can't be looked after for the rest of his life. But again, great talent, Gene Hackman, right? There's a reason why he was such a huge actor. He was fantastic, right? Absolutely fantastic. Doctor Who news, where we're up to? The collapse of Doctor Who in real time. Yes, we're well into the promotion for season 2 of Studio now. And it was really going badly. It was really going badly. And again, Rusty, we just couldn't work out what it was. Right? And who doesn't love queer? Bonkers, lying, spinning, lots of that. Queer, more queer, more queer. This is the Rusty Dave method. Welcome to my queer apocalypse. It's killing Doctor Who Stone Dead. How marvelous. Well, I hope you fucking enjoyed it. Now you got your twink parading in the TARDIS. Fuck off, Russell. Give it a rest. Yes, remember this early in the year, trying to get Zelensky to agree not to have his country destroyed and to stop America paying billions of dollars. And they're having 20,000 people die a week. It's terrible, right? It's terrible the amount of the death toll in Ukraine. I don't know how it's still going on. Trump and JD Vance show the world how to deal with a bully like Zelensky, and get called bullies by the dying legacy media for saying no to its perpetual, never-ending war. Yes. And I love how the media just don't realize how they don't matter anymore. It's great. That is great. Season 7 comes to Blu-ray. Now, this ultimately turned out to be a bit of a disappointment for me, big time. But because I felt it needed new effects, like very, very desperately needed new effects. And it didn't have it. It seemed like it was a real cheap release. And then Cunning Monkey, Matrix Editions, did new effects for it, and it literally proved everything I'm saying correct, because their new effects made the stories flow better, right? And it really genuinely did, right? I can't recommend it strongly enough. But all the other bonus stuff was very good. Just I thought a lot of this stuff needed new effects, particularly the T-Rex in Silurians, right? Which I always found distracting and just annoying, right? But the Cunning Monkey version, which was much more photorealistic, again, the original effects just pull me out of it, right? They totally pull me out of it. So there you go. Then we got we saw the first trailer for Daredevil Born Again. I got one episode in and went, fuck this. No, it didn't have the vibe of the Netflix version. It was much more upbeat, and it was more like cartoony and Disney. And I was just like, no, I'm not really interested, right? Frankly. I mean, I like the casting, but I just wasn't really that interested. What I was interested by, turns out I'm one of the only people who really love this show. I freaking love Alien Earth, right? The trailer action. I thought the trailer was great. I thought the show was great. I really thought it did a very good job, right? I really genuinely did think it did a great job. It told something in the Alien universe that was interesting and original. I agree that it wasn't primarily focused on the alien. Alien was like a condiment sprinkled on top, but there was quite a lot of it. And each week you got some alien action. So I'm like, there's not really much I can really argue about that. But everybody said it was slow and plodding. I disagree. I think it was contemplative and world building, right? For me, it really, really worked, right? Something else that really worked, and in fact changed my entire opinion of Star Wars, and put me on a real renaissance with Star Wars, where I enjoy it again, was Andor Season 2, which fantastic. I mean, I found it absolutely fantastic. And I wish they would do another 2 seasons. Maybe not call it Andor, but set it in between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. Right, that kind of level of world building, and it's like I like that it was 4 3-episode arcs, right? And each one of them was a year. And like at the beginning of each new episode arc would be like 1 year later, or it will tell you it was a year and past. And it was a way of telling us. I think the story was supposed to be told over 4 seasons, but I think it worked much better told over 1 season with these 4 3-episode arcs, right? It was a innovative form of storytelling, right? So, this for me, I was very excited by the trailer, and eventually I was proved right. Rossi Davis goes full tilt Trump derangement syndrome, bonkers. Yes, he does. The US government has decided we can't bully anyone anymore into pretending that they think people with penises are women. It's a queer Holocaust. Somebody acting from the Holocaust says, it's really not, you know. Yeah, look, Russell. I don't know why it's so important for you that I believe people with penises are women. I don't. You shouldn't base your happiness upon this, and you shouldn't reorientate Doctor Who to be propaganda for this absolute insanity, right? Looking back at 20 years of New Who, yes, we just before the season 2, season 15, whatever you want to call it, debuted. We look back to 20 years of New Who, right? And boy, kind of sad, really. We had how many great years? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. We had, what was it? Eccleston, Billy Piper, Martha, and Donna season. We had the specials, and then we had Matt Smith 1, 2, and 3, even though 2 was broken into 2 seasons. And then we had so we had like about 11 years worth of great Doctor Who in 20. That's not good. Yeah, 13 years. This is it, Rose. The moment when that starts 13 years of awesome, incredible Doctor Who, and pissed away with 7 years of fell woke queer dross. That's really what it is. With was it the current current Who crashes and burns, with awesome fan-made Doctor Who on the coming ever close on the horizon. Yes, please. AI, baby. We need a bit of AI. Now, this one means a lot to me. This is we're in March 27th, but this is when this guy, I can't remember, Harry was his name, was so insane. Did I hand this guy his ass? Right? He thought I was saying how much worse things were now that Verada Sethu is the companion because she's brown. Right? You've got to be really diseased to come out with that, thinking that's a message of this thumbnail. Like, how? How? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. So he went on this rant, and I just handed him his ass, and then he made this video about me, show how awful I was, which I then used as the promo video on my channel. Right? Oh, that guy's an asshole. And again, I sad lose. I see, he always gets huge numbers. I haven't looked at him for since when was this? But when was this? But when he got these high numbers of views for his tweets, but low engagement, which means he's paying for interaction. And why? I don't know. Tale of Two Doctor Who relaunches, one a massive success, one a dismal failure. That's true. I represent British Values in 2005, and that's why everybody loves us. I represent British Values in 2025, which is why no one is watching. Yes, it's an indictment of the stupidity of the era. Who was it? Faris commented and said, "It appears to be an Iranian flag in the background. What could be wrong with that? It's a Hamas flag, you fucking morons." All that made this guy do was become super anti-Semitic, right? To pretend he's a good person. Avengers Doomsday, Marvel's Last Hope. Oh, fuck off. Nobody gives a shit, mate. Marvel has no last hope. And marginally okay release, just boring. Done before. I would recommend a lot of different Doctor Who, or the third Doctor, Tim Trelaw Doctor Who, be over this one. Right? Let me see. Let's have a look. 1 second. Third Doctor Revenge, is that a collection? Hang on. Is this the sort by? So I'm looking at the big finish thing. Recent first. Right here. So here. Hang on. Stop screen. Share screen. Doink. So this is it. $30. It's just too much, and it's again, it's a very season 7 story with some mad scientists being helped by aliens, and it's just you really heard it a lot of time before. This was actually really good. Right here, we'll go back to it. How much is it? The Quintessence. This was actually probably one of the best of this range. So $29.57. It's a really, really good original Cybermen tale with Katie Manning playing Joe Jones, aged as he is today. So that was actually much better, but still way too expensive. Revolution in Space is a solid Sarah Jane Smith story. Again, $30 for this. It just seems too much, right? This was actually better, as I recall. Who was in that? Cast was, I don't know. It was some returning, but I just can't remember who it was. I think. This was awful. Avoid this one like the bloody plague. Woke shit. This was good. This was a riff on Sky, the TV show Sky. Much better. I'm interested in this. I wouldn't get the Sky revamp they're doing. And then the best one is still The Annihilators, which had a sneaky second Doctor in it, right? And Jamie, right? This is a very good season 7 story. Yeah, it's still the best one, but man, $30 for that? I think it's a bit much. Share screen. Let's go back to it. So yeah, not bad, just meh. Why? We're up to April, which is actually May. Black Mirror came back. I forgot about that. I think there's a reason I forgot about that. There wasn't that many great episodes, right? Oh, hang on. Just got a message. What's me message? Okay. Second. Sorry, it was just another picture of my grandsons. Okay. I can't even remember here. Let's have a look at Black Mirror season, whatever it was. See if I remember in the stories. Was that this year? It seems like a lot longer ago. Black Mirror episode guide. Oh, the first one was with Rashida Jones, right? Where her brain was connected by cell. That wasn't bad. Bête Noire was that's when reality kept getting changed. Hotel Reverie was inserting some black actress into an old movie. Plaything. What is this one? Plaything. Starred Peter Capaldi. It's arrested for shoplifting and murder on Denver. He recounts his past, detailing account of the young man. Blah blah blah. Oh, something about making those like a what's it called again? Independent life. Artificial intelligence. Paul Giamatti in Eulogy. That was kind of a dull one as well. And Callista Part 2. That's probably the best one. Right, yeah, that was probably the best one. And Black Mirror. Well, what else is on the cover of that? Let's have a look. Wheel of Time, no. Dune Awakening. God, that wasn't good. Is that the TV show or is that the game? I don't really care. Whatever. Anyway, another okay release, Susan's War. I really wouldn't recommend it though. Like most things now, like I would say skippable, right? Strange New Worlds Season 3 trailer reaction. So weird thing about Strange New Worlds Season 3 wasn't woke, right? Again, Season 2 was really bad because it went super woke because it was every week it was about a bunch of cackling women and 10 forward, right? Oh, those sisters all power, they're doing it for themselves, they're the best. Oh yeah, no, fuck off. So this one they cut out the wokeness. They need to also cut again. They need to cut Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx, Christina Chong, and Carol Kane, right, and place them with men, right? Yes, that makes a difference. Superman 5 minutes sneak peek. I like this Superman a lot. Was it as good as the original Superman? No. Right, I like Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League a lot as well. Tron Ares trailer reaction. So again, I like this movie. I just feel that Tron is like Stranger Things, is a franchise that's run its course. Right, I don't think there's anything else to really say. And then the return of Doctor Who, and oh fuck me, did it go bad? Oh fuck me, did this go badly? Right. The Queer returns and is a massive failure. Reviews and previews. Russell Davis doubles down. Yeah. Still very bold. Did not do well. Right, did not do well. What was the first one? Plant the Incels. Lux had a good budget and good villain, good special effects, and Shooter Gatwa, sadly enough. And why was it set in Miami in the 50s? So they could highlight America being racist. 70 years ago, right? 70 years ago. Oh my God. Really? Yeah, things were different 70 years ago. And also they had introduced who they thought their fans should be. Fuck me. Nobody wants to be that. Leave me alone, right? Doctor Who Lux, first impression, deep dive reviews, rating Apocalypse, fan made Doctor Who remains way better. Yep. How long? When a long-running franchise starts to break the fourth wall and being meta, it's totally a sign it's out of steam. Yeah, but Vrada looks great there. Maybe I just need to twerk a bit more. Maybe Shooty, give that a go. Right, that seems to be your response. Maybe I just twerk a bit more. Right, that'd be your response to anything. We saw Andor season 2, and awesome. Fucking awesome. It's such a strong recommend. And again, this totally reinvigorated my love of Star Wars. So much so I went on a hunt for a fan edit of The Mandalorian season, was it season 2 or 3? Mandalorian season 3. I think that really just. Oh no! It was the Book of Boba Fett, all the Mando bits that just took out that had all the Mandalorian bits in the Book of Boba Fett to act as a bridge, right? And I found a great fan edit of it, along with it's called Patterson is the guy's name. I'm not sure, right? But also found a great edit of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show into a good movie. Right, Andor completely reinvigorated my love for Star Wars. Yeah, and my life is actually a lot happier for it, amazingly. Right, Doctor Who, sinking without trace. We're on to April 29th right now. Looks like you joined a sinking ship. It looks like you did. Just as they make a decent episode, the query becomes the lowest rated ever. What was the decent episode? What was a decent episode I'm referring to? Wait. 1 second. Doctor Who episode, guys. Let's see if we can find it. Doctor Who episode guide. So at the end of April. Let's see what on earth could I have been referring to? What was it? The Well. Must have talked about The Well, which actually wasn't bad. a relatively clever story. And only really marred by the appearance of Shooty Gatwa, right? As so much of the Shooty Gatwa era, right? The biggest problem is Shooty Gatwa, right? Right. J.K. Rowling versus Neil Gaiman. I'm glad to say J.K. Rowling won that. I have no idea what I'm talking about. David Tennant. Just a sad, pathetic twat. I mean, that's really what you made yourself into, David. Right? I mean, David, this insanity that you think you're right about your politics and everything else. You're not. Women don't have penises, mate. Right? Oh, did I go in it? Okay, this is an awfully good thumbnail. Doctor Who, A Lucky Day. Yes, they brought Millie Gibson back. Tonight's episode is called Lucky Day and starring me, Millie Gibson. So it's got to look like this, right? No, it was one of the worst written episodes of Doctor Who ever. It had, essentially, it was Charlie Kirk, right? It was a good-looking right-wing podcaster, but somehow he managed to hide that he's a right-wing podcaster, and the super high-security unit's secret agent, and Data for a while, and she doesn't find out he's a massively famous, powerful podcaster who has, a millions of dollar budget and a massive staff, right? And then it turns out that somehow he's making up aliens. I don't bloody know. I don't know. It was awful. I mean, really, this is the thing that makes me doubt Pete McTeague. That could show run Doctor Who. It was generally Genuinely one of the worst things they ever done. And he wrote Kablam. All right? It was really, really, really shit. I love she's got the Cushing Daleks up behind her. Right? Yes, that's what a lucky day would look like. Yeah, very indicative of what Doctor Who is. I'll tell you. Now I lost my place. Hang on. Where's the window? Oh yeah, doink. Fine. Once again, Lucky Day Crash and Burst, lowest rated ever. Right? Yeah, we did it again. We got the lowest rated ever because we all hated it. All from the power of queerness. A lot of it about. Right? There was a lot of it about. May 8th victory in Europe's VE Day celebration. Shame what's happened to Europe since it is. Doctor Who and the Story Engine preview. Fuck me. Superman, up and away. I liked it a lot. Avengers Doomsday is X-Men versus Fantastic Four. Okay. Whatever it is, I don't think anybody cares. Well, jolly well done for us. Yes. Yes, Nicola, you're doing good waving the troops on. Doing bad was Doctor Who and the Story Engine. Oh, man. What an incomprehensible twaddle this was. Like, again, the insertion of queerness in it was really jarring because it was all set in Nigeria where they hate all the gay people and then you get killed for it. Right, but Shooting somehow feels so comfortable there because he's with his own people. And he's in a magic barber where they've got to keep telling stories to the barber or something. And look, honestly, I think this could have worked as a non-Doctor Who miniseries. And it would have been quite interesting and fascinating, right? And really would fill the remit of like trying to make more diverse TV because it was like written by somebody, again, who wasn't just black. He's very culturally diverse, right? He's from he's not culturally diverse. So he's from a very different culture to England, right? I know, but again, as a single Doctor Who story, it was way overly complex. Didn't really make any sense at all. Somewhat dull, and as always, preachy with a terrible cast. Right, Judy is just bad in the role. I mean, that's the bottom line. He's just bad as Doctor Who. What are you brilliant innovation or more lecturing shit? More lecturing shit, as it turns out. And of course, it's Black Doctor Who, so you've got to have Joe Martin in it, the first Black Doctor Who ever. This episode was so bad that me turning up in it wasn't even the worst part. That's true, right? That is true. It really was bad. Right, we thought it couldn't really get much worse than that. Then the rumor of Billy Piper. This is in May 13th, so this is quite a bit before it happened. Wait a minute, what's the date it went down? Let's have a look. So this is just over 2 weeks before it aired. Right, the bonkers but credible rumor says Billy Piper is the next Doctor coming Xmas 2026. Did I call that? I called that one. Spider-Man looks really cool. Actually, it does. I'm looking forward to that. Doctor Who races go from bad to abysmal. Yes. Oh, wait. I'm Doctor fucking Who. Yes, you are, darling. Or at least, I don't know. You will be for a scene. Until they bring Russell Davis' new twink in. Oh, that guy's just embarrassing. Let me pull up his twink. I covered this in the other show. Where is it? Stop screen. Share screen. Doink. Yeah, okay, Russell, we know you like to fuck, young-looking people, and so you made him be Doctor Who for a special thing in the TARDIS. I mean, like, honestly, this would be called complete sexual harassment, right? If it was a woman, all right? It's really bizarre. 5 pictures. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Russell, mate, you're just a fucking embarrassment, okay? You're a fucking embarrassment. put it back in your pants. Nobody cares that you got hot sauce. Listen, I've got the hot sauce. Well, I was going to say Millie Gibson, which I do, but I was thinking more Sydney Sweeney, right? It doesn't mean I've got to make my whole waking life about it. Oh, it's just sad, mate. It's just sad. Then it got even worse. Into the Song Contest preview. What happens when you let a creepy groomer write for Doctor Who? Yeah, Superman, up, and away! I was very excited about Superman. I liked it. Lionheart desperately polishing to sell it. Yeah, man. This, like, how this thing got greenlit is beyond me. Doctor Who popularity plummets. Internet Song Contest is apparently racist as well as being super groomer queer. Yeah, I think they had the Palestinians in it. I don't even bloody know. Hey, look, I'm in freefall, just like our rating. I mean, it was just so badly written. In so many ways, right? In so many bloody ways. Oh, shocking, right? Shocking. And not least for the inclusion of Susan in an incomprehensible member berry that went nowhere, which they knew was going to go nowhere, which they should have just edited out, right? If they had any bloody shame whatsoever, but they didn't. Meanwhile, Andor was finishing up, and oh boy, what a great series. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. As I said, strong recommend. I mean, strong recommend because you can't really imagine how bad it's going to be. The reality war. Future Doctor revealed 2-year hiatus, but I don't think Russell T Davies is going anywhere, folks. Apparently not. I'm surprised when I heard he's staying for another story. More ratings comparisons basing for regeneration. Looks down to my last 2 episodes. Well, I'm sure we'll get some more bullshit that destroys canon before you're gone. And you're right. That's exactly what happened. I complete misreading of the Rani. What can you do? Rumors of an epic disaster coming from the season finale circulate. Is there any hope? No. Latest Doctor Who magazine review. Shooters alleged prima donna bad behavior. Not only was I absolutely terribly misclassed as Doctor, but apparently I'm also a relentless nightmare to be around, to work with and be around as well. I completely believe that, right? I completely believe that. Then I got a glimmer of hope for the year. When we saw the Mission Impossible came out, right? Ignore the negative reviews, it's generally tons of fun. Pass on analysis of which series is better, James Bond or Mission Impossible? I don't know. See, trouble with Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, is, Dead Reckoning wasn't a great movie. That was the weakest entry into Mission Impossible canon after the best version, the best movie, which was the one with Henry Cavill, right? Can't remember what it's called, right? But that was the best one, and then went to the worst one with Dead Reckoning. So they really had to refit this Final Reckoning. And they did manage to hammer a good movie out of it. The problem was, though, the stakes were so incredibly high, it became completely unbelievable, right? It just they build up and build up and build up and build up. The stakes were just like, again, your brain couldn't comprehend them. Speaking of brain not being able to comprehend it, the final end of Doctor Who this season is a season finale, giving a definitive end to the show and the character, and then it'll reboot badly. Well, that all turned out to be bollocks, right? That turned out to be completely wrong. Oh, we're going to burn your little show to the ground. Well, that did turn out to be true. This room did there. So then the reality war actually happened. First impression deep dive review. Series finale garners unusual universal hatred ratings. There's none that says total failure more than wearing a dress for a tacked on regeneration into pure stunt casting. That's what it was, an act of sheer desperation. I looked on in disbelief as I saw around the same time, was it June, I think we're in now, when tenders were put out for an animated Doctor Who preschool show. I imagine it's going to be awful, right? I imagine it's going to be absolutely terrible, but it's actually happening. I thought this was bullshit, right? It actually is happening. The knives are out for queer Doctor Who, yes, because it's a failure. Even the BBC realised that they made Doctor Who into insufferable woke shit. Yes, the Dead Ringer sketch did the team to indicate that. They're asking the rip-off fans to make this shit show. Maybe. Russell, why is everyone calling us woke twat failures? Because we're so stunning and brave. Yeah, also your woke twat failures. Boy can dream. I mean, look, J. Michael Smith is also a woke twat, but boy, at least he can write. Russell, if it saves Doctor Who, probably not, but a fan can dream. Big Finish Cyber Classic spare parts, live action AI adaptation, and it's awesome. It is awesome. Big Finish, I sent a takedown order for it, and then it rescinded it. Rosley Davis says, "Fuck me, bye Doctor Who." It says, "Fuck me, bye to the column." Not. He's still coming back to another episode. Star Trek, the TOS to reboot. I heard that's actually happening, but that was not the story I was referring to. Right, we're in the 19th of June now. Pete David politely points out Rusty Davis has lost the plot. Well, I guess that's me caught in limbo. I guess it is, darling. Well, at least for another 3 or 4 months till they tell us what's going on. Again, the picture that shows why Doctor Who failed completely. 5 years ago, you would have thought this was a parody of how woke Doctor Who could become, and it's real, right? Yeah, it's the end of the column. And okay, look at the haircut, the wig they put on Millie Gibbs. I mean, like, every one of these pictures is wrong. Oh, look, Shirley Bingham. I think I'm going to have a bit of a sneer to show you how stunning. But he don't care. And again, this insanity that you're somehow prejudiced against because you're in a wheelchair. Will you fuck off? You're prejudiced against because you're a cunt, and people generally think you're a cunt, right? Donald Trump bitch slaps Iran. Yes. Oh, yes. That nuclear raid made me very happy. It probably saves the world with clear, decisive, moral military action. I agree completely. Reevaluating Star Wars. See, this is what Adol did to me. In the shadow of 23 years of woke business. 23 years? No, 2 to 3 years? No. It wasn't 23 years. One sec. They got it in Force Awakens, what, 2015? 10 years? I don't know why I said 23 years. That's nonsense. It's a mistake. Video David drops on Truth Bombs. Making Doctor Who a dumbed-down queer show starring an anti-Semite might fit seamlessly into the BBC, but normal people are not interested. Oh, God, do you remember that pre-ing production video he had of him? Like lying on this clock trying to be sexy. But Charlotte Gans doesn't have to try to be sexy. Scarlett Johansson discusses being super hot, maybe why she's rich and famous. Wait, you're not interested in hiring me for your male gaze, are we? Yes, Scarlett. That's the only fucking reason we're interested in you being anything. She was in some movie and it didn't do so well because she was like, she de-sexified herself, right? And they're like, oh, wait, where did everybody go? I don't understand. Yeah, Scarlett, yeah, you'll hide for you because you're hot, right? And Ironheart was made because woke insanity, right? Clearly, Riri Williams is presented as an entitled petty criminal, but is somehow the hero. Yeah, she is. This is generally a villain origin story, right? Is Amazon and Nintendo new take on 007 heading back to the 96s? I doubt it, but I hope so. I think it'll be a great idea. Then we got some good news, ladies and gentlemen. We got some good news. Season 13 comes to Blu-ray, right? The Blu-ray looks healthy, but Big Finish sounds like they're fucked. Big Finish imploding. They certainly make it look that way. Yeah, they went on some kind of rant that why streaming audio, why they shouldn't be a streaming company, when they obviously should be a streaming company, right? Doctor Who comes out, and again, I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie, right? A fun cinematic experience. Don't fall the MAGA baiting. Just wait a couple of days to see if it's really woke shit or not. It was getting MAGA bait. You had these Hollywood fanooks pretending that it was going to be like a woke fest, and it really wasn't. Trying to tie the conflict into Israel-Palestine is ridiculous and utter failure, right? Vulcan's a sad attempt to turn Superman into a new culture war front by douchebag Hollywood media. I think that headline really says it all very well. Doctor Who heads to SDCC. Why? Who knows? Oh, yeah, they had that weird unit display that, again, nobody really cares about. Better about his trans sister for Jean Grey? Could be, hope not. Superman and the weird denial over it. So yeah, they keep calling it a failure. The MAGA-esque media keep calling it a failure. It wasn't. I'm sorry. It just wasn't a failure. But Man of Steel did better at yes, because the economy and the whole cinema industry was in a better position at that time. Shooting Gatwa explains why he leaves Doctor 2. I'm too old and tired. My knees hurt. Shooting Gatwa weirdly and charismatic lies through his teeth to explain his departure. The world this year's box said, "Oh, boy can dream." Bad Wolf out of the Doctor Who business? Sadly not, right? I just said I was too tired to continue with Doctor Who after doing 19 lackluster episodes. At some point, you've got to realize I'm just trolling you. I mean, at some point, but not this point, apparently. Meanwhile, 7th of July. Chris Rock and Billy Piper are back just after the show they launched was bludgeoned to death by queer insanity. Alien Earth is coming. Looks good. I thought it looks good. Superman boxer keeps growing. I think it did well. It's going to be the trip of the lifetime. I'm sure it will be, Billy. Sure it will be, Billy. What's this? Mark Gaddis tells some uncomfortable home truths. Yes, everybody thinks Doctor Who's dead. Right? That's what it is. Just because you're white and straight, why are they picking on me? Because you're white and straight and working class. Pretty much everything that the Shooty era hated. And they did. Speaking of hating things, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Hegemony Part 2, and Wedding Bell Blues. So much potential. It caused back a lot from season 2, but still not very good, right? Still not very good. Not woke, just not very good. Danny Dyer as the Doctor, not good on, but will be awesome. Well, this is mental. Verada see-through struggles with difficult questions, probably. The bonkers cope and seethe. Oh, that's been going on since then, right? Since the absolute failure of it. The epic mass migration protest. Do you remember that? Right? Where finally they couldn't blame the far right for any terrible deeds, right? And they did anyway. And the people protest against it because they're fucking morons, right? They are absolute fucking morons, right? Drive the Nazis out of Essex. There are no Nazis in Essex, you silly cunt. These people don't have a thought that goes through their fucking head. Read about the trailer reaction. Blimey, that looks unexpectedly good. And it was a good movie. Genuinely a good movie. I would say probably the best Predator movie since the first one. And I like Prey a lot. Doctor Who, Poor Predator People's Wandering, Star Trek, a lot going on in the Final Frontier. SDCC 2025, Fantastic Four full review. So it turns out Fantastic Four movie is pretty good. Woke is dead, baby. I think Woke is dead. And like, it's just like, if you have a disco movie, it's not going to do very. Disco is dead, Woke is dead. And a My Man was human, Beverly Wills out the future Doctor save the day. Yeah, it's this circuit breaker thing that no one's going to buy and no one cares about. Right? Hey, kids, I'm the BBC's next totally shit idea for what to do with Doctor Who. Yes, you are. Doctor Who, the SDCC Doctor Who pathetic showing. I think it's the only way to describe it. Amazing, good movie that isn't woke. I mean, again, other than Pedro Pascal. But it was good. It really was good. It's just such a shame. This looks awful. For the love of all that's holy, Batgirl this shit now before it sees the light of day. And amazingly, they're not. And they're doing a second season of it, right? Donald Trump makes Keir Starmer look like he's a Weasley lying shit that he is just by sitting next to him. So literally everything you're doing is wrong. Oh, thank you, Donald. Normally I have to pay a few £100 to get a man to stomp on my balls like this. Well, you do, don't you? The Donald does it for free, right? Don does it for free. Then, hope of everything going good in the world in the summer. Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle ads. High point of the year. Demonstrate normative human sexuality is like a crucifix of vampire for purple-haired queer unfuckables. Also, crucifix is a crucifix to the vampire, to the same people. Exactly. They don't like religion. And again, Sydney Sweeney, it's been a lot hotter and other things. Of course, what really turns me on is how much I'm being paid for these ads. And I'm worth every penny. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. The Great Gaza Starvation hoax. I mean, this was, I get how all these morons fall, and they still fall for it. As like, yeah, how do you get lighted constantly and still go, oh, that must be true. The only starvation was caused by fucking Hamas to make it appear there's starvation. Can you believe the Westerners swallowed their latest blood libel against the Jews? Of course they did. Liberals love to hate on Jews. They do. Yes, they do. I'm going to be the ride of lifetime. Bet you are, darling. I think you mean Trip. I know what I mean. Yeah, the Return of Doctor Who. Doctor Who Khan looks quite good. I can only get through the first episode, really. It didn't hook me at all. Peacemaker season trailer reaction. The trailer was good. The season was disappointing. Right? The season was disappointing. The first season was way, way, way better. Right? After my clickbait regeneration, now we're in August the 4th. That's my sister's birthday. My birthday is August the 3rd. I thought I would just embrace it and become the clickbait doctor. Well, that works for me. Right? That definitely works for me. My birthday show, and what a great birthday show. Happy birthday, Rabbi. Are you ready to unwrap your present? Which one do you want to unwrap first? Well, I don't know. I have to think about that. I'll think about that. Fantastic Four flops. Now, that actually did flop. So then, I think in September, we started to get the Ninth Doctor and X-Men and Billy Piper Doctor Who. And it was a bit meh. Right, and actually got worse in terms of meh, with it just like hovering and not really doing anything. Right, it really, yeah. I mean, okay, these are kind of fun power state stories where there's some kind of alien thing that causes people to reevaluate their lives, and with creepy daring do. Right, Okay, this was actually the worst episode, the Space Adventure Hour. Was it a holodeck episode? I can't even fucking remember. In the episodes, we looked down and knows the original series of Trek, which was far superior to this Trek in every way. Yes, it was. It really, and again, that you see the hands holding up the eyeballs. It's just like Star Trek was way better than this. I'm sorry, the original Star Trek. Then we have good news. When is this? We're up to. We're up to August. Right, we're up to August. Season 2 is announced of Blake 7. I'm currently watching now, quite enjoying it. Then we have on the 14th, last time we had a C-frame Big Finish story. It was literally the worst story we ever did. So the only way is up. 6-star in Perry, set sail for high seas. Not me. Right? I didn't get that box set because it looked shit. Any of this is awesome. Way better than expected. I like it a lot. Louise Jameson gets her lovey on. She can't be talked down. It is actually a bit sad. It is a bit sad. What did Louise Jameson do? I generally don't have a bigger bone and body. And my beliefs on Israel and Gaza are detached from reality and are pure, undiluted anti-Semitism. Yes, they are, Lou, darling. Yes, they are. I'm sorry. I understand that the massive anti-Semites in the world tell you that Jews are bad. They may be fibbing. Yes, they may be amazing, right? Dear Louisiana, with grace and general respect, there is no genocide in Gaza. There's also no starvation in Gaza. Russell to get deeper. Just look at the inhuman oppression where suffering LGBTQIA brothers. Yeah, I don't see how. Again, that I don't adopt your beliefs doesn't mean you're suffering. I fucking love this show. Right? You may not. I absolutely adored it. I thought it was contemplative. I thought it was interesting. They had great ideas. I thought it was pure bloody alien, right? I thought it really worked. Superman comes to home media. I like that it came very quickly as well. We were. Now you can enjoy Movie Night with me. Well, I say will. Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, right? No better, Ramsey. You can't be fucking Spider-Man, you fuckwit. Oh, God, yeah, I understand. You're a young lady and you're not very hot. And you're not interested in beautifying yourself. So now you're trans. No, you're not. You're just an ugly girl, right? That's all it is. You're not even ugly. You're just a plain girl who's like taken on this trans identity to try and make yourself feel less shit about yourself. Doctor Who will return. Yes, amazingly. We found out in late summer that Doctor Who will return. And they're probably telling the truth, but it will be. Will it be Doctor Who or more woke queer nonsense? I don't know. Come Christmas 26, well, more likely 27. It's 2026. I may well be the new tour. Or, of course, they could go for more woke queer shit that nobody wants. They could do. I feel they probably will. Peacemaker starts, and it's okay. It goes from okay to meh, right? Thunderbolts, non-review. Pretty much every reason why the MCU is deader than a dodo, representing the first 10 minutes of this content. Yeah, I couldn't get through it. It was shit beyond shit beyond shit. Right? And look, I'm sorry. You can't replace hot Scarlett Johansson with mediocre Scarlet Pugh. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. The recasting of Capaldi, which I'm actually quite happy about because we're getting more Capaldi Doctor Who now. Big Finish are doing what now? Yes, they're doing that. R.I.B. Crusade Biderman. Oh, yes, he passed away. What are we up to? September? Sometime. I think we're in September. Okay. No news on you, Doctor Who. Well, it's coming soon after all these years trying to destroy the Doctor. And it ends up, and in the end, it turns out what he did was make him super queer. Yes, you could have just hit him with the queer Raymaster, and you would have ended Doctor Who much quicker than that, right? So we're up to we're in September. Red Dwarf down. The Rouge Short One dies again. This time killed by greed and stupidity. Yeah, I don't think it's coming back. Maybe a reboot, an all-girl reboot. That'll be very 2025. I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. Look, that Danny John Hughes is a very out Hamas supporting anti-Semite, and made me not really so into the show anyway. Shooting out well, one trick pony. Wait, guess what? I'm in a plane now playing a super queer Kit Marlowe. Yes, I know, that's the only thing you can play. Tragic. Okay, September comes with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, massively damaging the world, massively damaging the MAGA movement. And the mask just comes off. Right? The mask just comes off of all the woke weirdos. They are just disgusting. I unfollowed Ian Levine. I love Ian Levine. Right? I unfollowed because he was this ranking on Charlie Kirk all the time. And honestly, I've just never seen a nicer, better person than Charlie Kirk. Right? I had so much respect for him. I thought he was a wonderful, lovely person. Right? And I think his assassination is probably as important as the Martin Luther King assassination. Right? Dr. Maggie goes full Jodie. That was a bad issue. Toxic fandom and woke creator have a total meltdown. Yes, when they realize that they look like shit going after Charlie Kirk. Right? Mandalorian Grogu trailer drops. We're at the end of September now and looks totally awesome. I thought it did. Right? Again, but I'm much more into Star Wars now. Gen V returns with unhinged Christian hate. Yeah, you got to remember, a lot of the stuff we're seeing was written in 2022, 2021. I bet when the Duffy brothers was writing the coming out scene in Stranger Things, which I haven't seen, because I really don't give a shit. Right? I bet they thought, this is going to be our Emmy moment. Right? This is going to be our Emmy moment. And they didn't realize how much the world was going to completely leave them behind. Right? And it did. It completely left them behind. Yes, indeed. But man, I thought the trailer looked good. I did. Alien Earth Season 1 review. Man. The show that divided fandom, but thankfully not through heavy-handed political messaging. Yeah. And look, there are two types of Alien fans. Ones that the slower, contemplative Alien, ones that the balls to the wall James Cameron type. Right? And I think it's both are completely legitimate. I'm just the former rather than the latter. At the end of September, Thunderbirds reached 60. Right? According to International Rescue. If that doesn't get the coming, it'll certainly do the trick for me. Absolutely. More deeply dumbed down ideas from Chris Chibnall. Yes. J.K. Rowling bitch slaps clueless entitled cunt Emma Watson. And oh boy, is that wonderful. Right? Wonderful. I use this picture often in my thumbnails because it's just perfect. We're both absolutely atrocious playing the Doctor Who, but equally so smug about her fate at the same time. Weirdly, they are. Right? Weirdly, they're super smug about being super shit as a Doctor. right? The first time the Rani nearly returned. I can't remember what that was, but the time it did return was not good. Just the weird Superman hate. I don't get it at all. Right? I really don't get it at all. Russell, you would lose the plot special. No, Russell, just because most people don't want relentless chicks, furries, chicks with dicks, and drag queens and everything all the time doesn't mean anyone hates gay people. I know. Oh, dark days are indeed coming. Soon we won't be able to show 4-year-olds Teletubbies fingering each other's assholes. Oh, the censorship and oppression. We call it public decency, right? Then, on the 14th of October, we were very happy to celebrate the end of the war. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Right? And it's been 2 months. I think the war's over. I hope it is, right? Victory in Gaza special report. And here's the thing. I wish the rest of Israel would get, right? Again, I agree totally with Trump on this. Like, learn to know when you've won, right? And fuck me, did we win that war? In many, many, many ways. It's party time for the Jews. Yes, we were actually quite happy about that. Although most people were distrustful. And I love how, the wokers hated every second of it. Donald Trump brings peace to the Middle East. A first-hand, on-the-ground report of victory in Gaza, bringing unbridled joy and for the first time a genuine path to regional peace. I mean, look, the hostages coming back. You cannot understand how big that was. Equally, listen, I don't know what the actual stats are, but after October 7th, most couples didn't have much of a sex life for a few months. It's like that mass rapes had a massive effect on all of us, right? It really, really did, right? Honestly, it's one of the reasons that I'm in therapy now, and I'm very happy that I am. Right, it's been good for me, but man, that war was really tough, right? It was like my boys were on the front line every day. Oh, I was so glad it's over. I'm so glad the hostages are back, right? I mean, man, again, I don't think you can really overstate it, but it hurts me that so many of my friends are just still distrustful of it. Tron Ares reviews. You can be distrustful of it, but it was an okay movie. Watch it on Disney Plus. It was fun. I don't really see any reason to go into the Tron franchise anymore, right? Peacemaker season 2, sadly, disappointment, right? Ultimately, a disappointment. Was it because it was a anti-racist messaging? I don't know. I found disappointment, but nothing could be worse than this. Starfleet Academy. Oh my God. Looks like an epic woke disaster. I mean, like, I'm living in fear of reviewing it. No. The Mel Gaze is back. Thank you, Sydney. We missed you too. You too. I know. But that Bad Wolf and deep Doctor Who denial. No, they're just lying. They lie a lot about a lot of things, especially about their complete failure. Season 23 preview. Oh, fucking awesome. Bad Wolf are still denying their turgid Doctor Who fell. Did they see what they did? A fucking Sutek? I know, it's unbelievable. And I hate the way they revealed Sutek's name. James Gunn, DCU dead? I don't think so. I think the Paramount bid wanted to bring back the Snyderverse, which I thought was insanity and stupid. Right? I think what the DC Universe needs is to have a plan and stick to it. Right? Which it was something that it's failed to do thus far. And frankly, I find Supergirl, the trailer, I thought was excellent, right? But the pure unvarnished anti-Semitism of progressives, right? Look, all I did was gleefully call for the death of Jews while celebrating the inhuman rapes and torture and attempted genocide on October 7th. How does that make me anti-Semitic? Oh, how indeed. At the BBC, you're not at all. You're just a virtuous little tinker. End of October, Nabil Shaban dies, and boy, was he crazy. I believe Alien Earth 2 is crazy, like didn't like Jews and didn't like me personally. Nabil Shaban passed away. Bonkers anti-Semite, but first class villain. Being still serving which would have been way better than married to Stinky Cars. You kind of think Perry might be into a bit of that, right? Perry's a bit of a strange character in Doctor Who. Rosie Davis is back, as we find out at the beginning of November. Somehow, Somehow he returned. Somehow Palpatine returned. I don't know. This is my favorite thumbs of the year. The Great Disney Breakup. Your mum was on the dresser, now get out. I mean, this really is one of my favorite ones. The also new AI effects on Terror of the Zygons, yeah, which I'm very happy about. Right? The Revenge and the Return of the Bonkers next season rumors. Looks like on the new showrunner. Would it be a return to normal or more excruciating woke lecturing? I would go for the excruciating woke lecturing if I was you. Of course, Gordon the Sea Devil was clearly racist. He did everything he could to fuck that show over, the war between the land and the sea. He did literally everything he could. And still, it was quite good. It was quite good. As was this. This was one of the only good releases this year. It was this and the War Doctor Cybergene were the only two ones I could recommend. Great 4-part historical with Antony and Cleopatra and the Fourth Doctor. Felt very much like a First Doctor historical. I think it was a great success, right? I think it was a genuinely great success. And then a very good silence 2-parter. Something I wouldn't say is a great success. And I think its biggest crime was not being Guillermo del Toro's best movie. It's Frankenstein, which was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. It wasn't like, wasn't world-shattering, right? It wasn't world-shattering. The Cleveland and BBC spells the end of woke Doctor Who. One can only hope. One can only hope. Oh, yeah, this is when Donald Trump said he's going to sue the BBC for everything, and I hope he does. Brendan the Bad has most of spoiler-free review. What's with all the hate? This movie is awesome fun and totally Predator not woke at all. I agree entirely. All right, I thought it was a great movie. I really did. Blake 7 Season 2 came out, and I was very happy. Then we're on the 23rd of November, and we're ranking the all-time greatest moments in Doctor Who. Of course, you weren't with me when on my trip to the Mavelian Pleasure Planet Eroticon 3, which was my greatest moment. Well, I believe it was, Tom. I believe it was. Bit of AI craziness sweeps the nation, or sweeps the fandom, I should say, when this clearly AI picture does the rounds. Yeah, no, it's not real. It's not happening, and that TARDIS looks fucking awesome. Right? Absolutely awesome. War Between the Land and the Sea, they keep saying it's going to be awful, but actually it turns out to be quite good. So Rusty Davis writes relentless shit for TV currently is, and then when everyone's moved on, he pulls out something good. Yes, so the first episode will come out by now. So we're on to the 4th of December, right? And fuck me, it actually turned out to be quite good. Right, that's something that nobody expected. This would actually be quite good. Who'd have thought this would be quite good? Not me. Yeah, it's got monsters and good characters and story. Why didn't they make Doctor Who like that? I don't know. Then we saw this again, Starfleet Academy. Looks fucking awful. Looks absolutely awful. Supergirl trailer, to me, looks great. I'm really up for this movie. Right, I had no interest in it at all. I liked her in Superman, and I liked her more in this trailer, which is like this totally drunk, out-control Supergirl who's hurting a lot. I think very relatable. I think this is something that young women will enjoy. Right, I really do. One of the best releases of the year, Cybergene. Again, I like the 3-part stories. It gives it a feeling of it being somewhat epic. It's quite good, right? So yes, now here we get Capaldi's getting a full, coming back for a full season. Please, Big Finish, don't fuck this one up. That's what I keep saying. Don't fuck this one up. And it's Hanukkah time, a happy time for the Jews. I can't wait to share the Rabbi moment, the most wonderful time of year. Yes, you can. Jews. Full Judy. They have Jews as well. Normies love the War Between the Land and the Sea. Yes, they did. They heard it was quite good. And both the woke and anti-woke hate it. Weirdly, that's true, right? Weirdly, it's true. Getting ready for the Los Capaldi season. We're going to preview that on Sunday, I guess. What day is today? Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. So on Sunday, we're going to preview that. And then, we came to the end of the year. We had a new Christmas episode of Doctor Who done by the Cult Edge people, which I thought was quite fun. Certainly didn't see this coming. Merry Christmas to one and all. Yes, indeed. Merry Christmas to one and all. I think that's essentially the year, right? I think that's essentially the year. Then Bridget Bardot died. I think I think that's everything else. But I think that was 2025. Best year in media for 7-8 years. We had what were the top movies? Because we had a lot of decent movies this year. Let's have a look. Top movies of 2025 were Predator, Killer Killers, Tron Ares was okay. Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning. What else we got? Superman. Fantastic Four wasn't a bad movie either, all right? I have to take it. Really genuinely wasn't. Heist of Love I haven't seen, but I kind of want to. Havoc I didn't see. Anything else that's leaving out to me? Popular movies. Let me see if there's anything I missed. No, look, having that many big movies it's good, right? I mean, it's better than it's been for years. Let's see what the top movies of 2026 are. What they're predicting. Hang on, let's pull this out. I'll go. Click on the wrong thing. Here we go. Don't you go here? We'll whiz through this quickly. See if anything grabs my attention. Share screen. Archie says, well, the worst Mission Impossible was one the disrespect of Phelps. Yeah, I kind of hear what you're saying with that. I do kind of hear what you're saying with that. People with me on vacation on Netflix. No, you're not going to give me a Netflix movie, one of the best movies of the year. 20 years later, I still haven't been able to watch the first part of that yet. Send Help theaters. I don't know what that is. The Moment. I have no idea what this is. Okay. Wuthering Heights. No, thank you. How to Make a Killing. I haven't heard of it. Scream 7. No. Hoppers. No. Oh, Peaky Blinders. I'm going to be watching that. Yeah, it goes on Netflix on March 20th. Yes. I'm certainly going to be watching that. Reminders of Him. Don't know it. Project Hail Mary. Ryan Gosling. I have no idea what it's about. Looks kind of science fiction-y, though, so you got my interest. Billy, I know. Fuck off, Billie Eilish movie. Ready or Not 2. I haven't seen Ready or Not 1. So, okay, nothing's getting me excited for this year. The drama. Michael Jackson movie. There was Prada 2. No. Mortal Kombat 2. Fuck me. Mandalorian Grogu. Okay, that I'm looking forward to. Master of the Universe. I actually think that might actually be quite good. It might be shit, but might be quite good. Disclosure, a Steven Spielberg movie. Well, you know. One can always hope. Supergirl looks good. I'm sorry, that trailer looked good. I'm up for that. Minions 3, fuck off. Live action Moana, fuck off. Odyssey, I mean, look, Chris Nolan's only had one real duffer of a movie. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. You got to hope that'll be quite good. The Dog Stars. I know. Don't know who any of these people are. Guy Pearce. Sense and Sensibility, no. Practical Magic 2. Blimey, was the first one came out like 10 years ago? 20 years ago? Verity. I don't think it's about Verity Lander. Social Reckoning. And what's this? Social Network companion film will arrive in fall with this Jeremy Strong playing the part of Mark Zuckerberg, with Jeremy Allen White and Mickey Madison will also star. Madison plays whistleblower Francis Hugin. And White plays Wall Street general reporter Jeff Horowitz. I like Jeremy Allen White. Generally speaking, good. Hunger Games, dude, no interest. No interest at all. Avengers Doomsday, less interest. Dune 3, yes, I'm up for that, right? I am up for that. Four Traders and Shani's Children, Lita the Second, and they're going right to Children of Dune? They should just do Dune Messiah. So, okay, look, 2026. doesn't look like it's doing much to, excite me. Let's see what's coming. Who knows their dream? Anyway, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.